Hello, and this is Bogast Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Clone Commander Gree exclusive. Now this was first exclusive to San Diego Comic-Con, and then it was exclusive to Toys R Us, so it's kind of like a shared exclusive. So before we take a look at Gree, let's take a look at the packaging that he comes in. Right here you've got an image of Clone Commander Gree right there. It says Clone Commander Gree right there. And over here on the left and right side it says Clone Commander Gree, as well as on the back. So if you didn't know who this figure is before you do an unboxing, then you will after. So here it says Clone Commander Gree again, and here's a very brief bio. If you want to read that, just pause that right there. Okay, so let's crack this thing open. There's Clone Commander Gree. And right away, look what I'm noticing. Right here, it's supposed to be where Gree's antenna is. So that bothers me. That's missing. You're supposed to have that. Well, that bothers me. Now, it looks like Gree has a few accessories. There. So, before we take a look at Gree, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. First up, it's his Clone Trooper blaster rifle. I think that looks nice. It's got some nice sculpting, but I really feel like the weapon is kind of undermined by the lack of paint detail. It's just this kind of dark gray color. It's not even gunmetal. It's just a dark gray color. And I really don't think that this would have looked as bad as if it had a dry brushing of black over it. I think that would have made it look better. But I just really don't like it because there's no paint detail to go with the sculpting detail. So up next is his standard Clone Trooper blaster. This comes with all the Clone Troopers that they've released in the past, that Hasbro's released in the past so far. And again, I think it has some really nice sculpting detail in it. But there's just no paint detail. It's just that dark gray color. So that bothers me as well, just because, you know, there's no paint detail. If you have something that has a lot of sculpting, you need a lot of paint detail too. Well, it wouldn't even have to be a lot. You could just do a dry brushing of black and make it look better. I might tidy this up with some black paint, see if that makes it look any better. And for his final accessory, Gree comes with his macro binoculars. I think it looks really nice. It's got some sculpting detail, as well as some nice paint. It has that green stripe across the sides. And I'm going to show him with each of his accessories. And from what I've heard, Gree can't hold these correctly. Let's try and get it in his hands. He can hold it in one hand. But as you can see, this his armor right here on his bicep, it won't allow his double jointed elbow to work properly. So it'll just come up to there. He won't actually be able to look at it. It's going to be angled down like that. So even if you do use both hands, it won't matter just because it'll be the same position like that. So I really wish he'd have a place to store this, because correct me if I'm wrong, but in Revenge of the Sith, I think he gets it from the back of his belt. So that would have been nice if there would be a peg there that you could like port it into for the back of his belt. That'd be really awesome. And Gree, I'm pretty sure he can hold this just because. So there's Gree with the rifle. And I think that looks really awesome. And I think you might even be able to get him. Yeah, you can actually get him into an actual kind of sniper position. So that's really awesome. And I'm pretty sure he'll be able to hold his blaster here. Yeah. So he can hold his blaster. I think he looks best like this, just with his normal blaster. So now let's take a look at Gree. I think his head sculpt looks really nice. I like the silver and white collar, because you can see that it's different collars on the back, and it's silver on the front. And I really like his visor. It looks really nice with that very, very shiny green color, that metallic green color. I think that looks nice. And the sculpt and paint work on this figure is really phenomenal. But I feel like some of the articulation is kind of... It's not the greatest, but I probably won't have him into too many exciting positions, so it's fine. Like how his armor looks right here, how it has that, the kind of splotches of green paint. And how his armor, his chest armor right here that's silver, looks like it's been shot at, and the paint's coming off right here. The paint's chipping off. That looks really nice. And that's how his armor looks throughout right here. On the bicep armor and the shoulder armor. Looks like he painted it, and the paint's starting to kind of just chip away. I think that looks really awesome. You can see that it's all the way through there on the back. And then he has this more camouflage collar down here, down on his lower half. He's got dark green, light green, and dark brown. I think that looks really awesome. It's got some more details on his knee pads. Actually, if you look in some places, it has some black marks, like where he's been shot at. Like right here has a black mark, right here has a black mark, and on his back, it's black right here. So that looks really nice. So that's really about it for this figure, because it's just a retooling of another clone trooper. So there's really not too much new that's there. So let's look at his articulation. I do notice that he has this cuff under his ball-jointed head right there. So that'll probably undermine some of the articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head that can look up just a little bit and down just a little bit. And he can just move to the side just a little bit, side to side. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out just a little bit, not really much from where they were. He's got a swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbow, swivel at the wrist that can move side to side, and up and down. Wait, and up and down. There. He's got a ball-jointed diaphragm that can move back just a little bit, down just a little bit. It can move side to side just a little bit. With all this armor, his articulation is actually hindered. He's got ball-jointed hips that can move out that far. He can kick forward just a little bit. And he can actually kick back more. He's got a swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, an ankle swivel, and an ankle rocker. So overall, I don't think this figure is too bad, but I don't think it was really worth the $20, or no, I think it was actually $25. I don't think it was worth that to have, you know, not too much articulation, and he was missing his antenna back there, so that does bother me. But I think it's a nice figure. It's just the articulation really hinders a lot on the figure, because it has a lot of paint detail, but the articulation leaves a lot to be desired. But it's still a good figure. So, that was my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.